In our last video, we were in Pinara. You saw us leaving there. Then we made our way from Pinara 25 miles northwest up to Pinara, which was a bit of a climb in some points with some hairpin bends, but a fantastic drive with some great views. We are Martin and Eileen, a couple from the UK, meandering around Europe in our 21-year-old motorhome called Walter. In 2022, we decided to take a long-term sabbatical and set off on our adventures, travelling through Europe and beyond. Initially exploring Scotland, Western Europe and Morocco. Last year, we ventured to Romania, Bulgaria and Greece. We're currently enjoying Turkey before heading into Albania. Well, that's the current plan anyway. We've got a good park up. It was really nice. Out of the way. It's a bit of a climb up from the coast up into the mountain, but we made it okay, didn't we?
Yeah. So the round part is the rock, big rock that dominates all the way drive up, that has all the honeycomb tombs on it. Remember those?
Yes.
And it also means the city itself was built in a round formation.
Yeah.
Allowed them to protect it very well.
But we really enjoyed that stop because it was really quiet. We were quite on our own for long periods, weren't we?
What did you like best about Pinara?
Yeah, the isolation and the quiet and the fact that we could just run up, walk anywhere over this ancient site, and it was just, it was just free there for us just to explore.
That's been the good thing about Turkey, isn't it? A lot of the places we've been, places that are free anyway, or even some of the fee playing places, you can just walk all over them. There's no barriers. It's just mind-boggling. And this site particularly, there was all the fallen columns and
they were just exactly where they fell over the millennium, and that is it. Earthquakes and all that. So you're stumbling across these rocks. I mean, some of the walks were, the hikes were a bit of a scramble, weren't they? We had to sort of climb up.
They're not too bad. They're doable for everybody.
I'm not saying they were life-threatening. We weren't on the edge, but they weren't dedicated paths where they were barriers.
No, you've just got to make your own way. We followed the goat paths a lot of the time to go and see the areas that we wanted to see. Nothing signposted. There's a couple of signs that tells you this is the odeon or this is the temple, but there's no information about it. It's on the really interesting thing is it's on the UNESCO World Heritage Tentative List, and that, I think that's why the road up was so good, because they're starting to maybe prepare for it to be on it, and so we expected a really rickety road, but there's no information. The place hasn't been excavated or
restored.
Restored at all, is it? So there's no, as Martin said, no dedicated pathways. You just make your own way around the place. And the most impressive piece of it is the amphitheatre, as it is in a lot of these places. So the circular theatre that looked onto the city.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, and it's there, and a lot of its glory still. There's still columns and like the archways with the lintels across.
Yeah, not lentils. I always call them lentils.
Yeah, you've got a couple of pictures of you there with the lentils.
Lentils. And I learned that the Odeon was not actually a place where you get popcorn and saw movies. It's actually Roman for a building where they had poetry and performances, apparently. So, and 3 great nights there, didn't we?
Yeah.
We spent 3 great nights. The only thing that kept us awake at night, but which kept us awake at all, there was an owl, which was fabulous.
The scenery was amazing. Mm-hmm. Hopefully the pictures will show that. So there was the amphitheatre, there was the main town area, and then there was the rock tombs, which were just fascinating.
Yeah, they were.
And like the rest of the place, you could climb right up onto them, into them. Some cases you felt a bit felt a bit out of place actually climbing into these tombs. Obviously, they've been plundered and grave robbers. There's nothing there.
It was a great park for night because it had great facilities. There were really clean toilets that were looked after by this guy that was there most of the day. It was level. It was quiet. There was no dogs or traffic at all at night, was there?
There was no bar. There was stray dogs, but there was no barking dogs.
Oh yeah, we saw some goats being herded by these, and there are 3 dogs. I'm always a bit cautious about the dogs, the shepherd dogs, because we've been told that they can be a bit wild, but they were quite friendly, weren't they?
Yeah.
Ended up feeding one of those. Two of them actually. It's quite nice. I got a little bit of maintenance done while we were there. Always a good thing. When you're on the road, I wanted to clean the roof, so I wanted to clean Walter's roof because it was getting a lot of mold on it. So in the afternoon, when we got back from one explore, I got back on the roof, cleaned it. Happy days. That night we had a massive downpour, and we were woken at 2-3 o'clock in the morning by a little drip over one of our night vents, our vents in the water there, and it was dripping quite badly. I think I must have moved some of the bitumen around the sealant around the thing. We had a bit of a problem with that. So we had a leak. Almost filled up half a kettle of water dripping that night, didn't we?
Yeah.
And so immediate repairs in the morning. The sun was out. Luckily, I got on the roof and had some butyl tape, and I resealed it. So happy days. And we've had it since then. We've had a bit of a downpour somewhere else, and it's been tested. So there's always something to fix on water, isn't there?
I think it's fixed. That's good.
Fingers crossed. All in all, Pinara, great stop. Absolutely brilliant. It's exactly what this Water on Tour is all about. Finding a little jewel in the crown there, and it was just lovely. We had a great time there.
Really nice time.
From there we went down to Fethiye, didn't we?
Yes.
From there I went down to Fethiye and spent, which is totally chalk and cheese on the coast, quite a busy city or town, and we'll update you more on that one maybe.